Now we are going to moving into our, AFCON 2025 team of the tournament, and it will be a combined 11. Why Shola and Brown would make a pick for a position. They will quickly, you know, say why they have picked those players, and in the end, we'll make a decision, and then we'll attach those
What
players
formation?
to
What
those
formation are we
positions.
using?
It will be a 4-3-3, as agreed by everybody. So we chose a 4-3-3. Also, I thought that was the most dominant formation during the tournament. I stand to be corrected. So, but nonetheless, we've picked the 4-3-3 for that, and we will get into that quite shortly. And yes, so let's start with the right backs. And who do you think was the best right back at the tournament, and why? I'll start with Shola. What's your pick for the right back?
The right back for me is Hakimi.
Mm-hmm.
Of course, I think it's a no-brainer. Fast on the attack, good defensively. The leadership that he brings into that Moroccan team, of course, um, he has really, 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 really. Except, of course, he has really, really been fantastic in the tournament. So for me, I would say Hakimi, quite
Okay.
a versatile football player.
Okay. First choice Hakimi. Shola. I'm sorry, AY. What's your choice for right back?
So I would go with Akimi too as well. What he did yesterday was somehow I wanted to choose someone else, but I think he had the Moroccan defense had about maybe 5 clean sheets, if I'm correct, throughout the tournament. So I would go with Akimi. He's actually a very good right back, so I'll just go with him. And he's calm, he's collected, he's just calm. He's calm on the ball, calm off the ball. I'll go
And
with
also the
Akimi.
current CAF player of the year. So
I mean, in this tournament, I would agree that he has performed really good. Brown, what's your pick for right back, and why have you picked that player?
Well, for me, on the contrary, my choice would be Krepin Diatta, the Senegalese right back. Unfortunately, he didn't play in the finals because of illness. But Diatta, throughout the competition, has been fantastic for Senegal. He is first when it comes to amount of accurate passes above the other right backs in the game, in the competition rather. He's second for key passes into the final third. He's also third for most successful dribbles per game. So he played all of the group games, but unfortunately missed the finals because of illness. And when you look at these things, no doubt Hakimi is a fantastic player as well, who has done so much for the game so far in his career. But I feel like for this competition, Diatta was spectacular, especially in their semi-finals. Oh boy, it was quite a handful, So yeah, I go for Diatta.
Great. Let me pronounce the name in French for you. It's Crapin Diatta. It's not Crepin. So, but that aside, I also agree with you that he was fantastic in the competition. But I think Hakimi had maybe overall, I would say, better composed game. Of course, is a big player, big team player, big game player, and all of that. But I mean, the decision is between the three of you. I'm just here as the middleman. So we have 2 votes for Hakimi as our right back. So now we have our right back filled with Hakimi. Let's go to the goalkeeper, Brown.
I mean, it's a no-brainer, CAF awarded the best keeper of the competition as well. I mean, there are quite a good number of goalkeepers in the game who did really, really well. Shout out to Stanley Nwabali and the Senegalese goalkeeper
Stanley
as well.
Nwabali?
But
Yeah,
yeah,
he's getting
Stanley
somewhere.
shouting
He's
out.
getting
without
somewhere.
Stanley,
Oh yeah, I guess it's somewhere. Sorry.
I mean, shout out to other great goalkeepers. Stanley Nwabali does not go without mention in this competition as well. But it's a no-brainer that Yasin Bono was, outstanding. It could have been more in that finals, if not for his double save, from the Senegalese team, even though they were 1 goal up at the time. So Bono has been a fantastic player through the game. I take nothing away from the Al Hilal goalkeeper. So yeah, for me, I would go with Yasin Bono.
Anyway, who's your goalkeeper at the tournament?
So as as much as I would want to go with Bono, I would go with Mendy. Like you said, Bono was fantastic against Nigeria, not even against Nigeria alone. Was fantastic. He made crucial saves. I guess he had he had one more clean sheet than Mendy. But the reason I would give Mendy is because he made a crucial penalty save. He made that because what would have happened if they had gone on to score Morocco winning the AFCON with so many controversies that we spoke about. So I'll give it to Mendy because he was also calm, was also composed, he also made very good saves, and I'll give it to Edward Mendy.
I mean, I have a theory about Mendy going when they went down into the dressing room. I have a theory that they went to watch videos of penalties from Morocco, but I mean that's also conspiracy theory. Shola, who was your best goalkeeper?
Best goalkeeper of the tournament is Yasin Bono. I mean, he kept the Moroccan team in the match. Even there was this like chance from India that he could have scored. Somehow he managed to save that. Uh, Also, there was a chance also that could have made it 2-0 in the extra time. He also saved that, and then there was like an open net that the Senegalese should have scored, but then somehow missed. So to me, and of course, also
He
against
carried the
Nigeria,
ball onto the foot of this oncoming Senegalese striker. That was why the thing went out.
Yeah, I should
yeah,
have made it too.
he have made it too. So he was really fantastic in the tournament, and also against Nigeria, he already predicted where Bruno was even going to shoot the ball. He just went. That one for me was alone to even give him like the best goalkeeper of the tournament. He just like went there, and the penalty was people like I was like, what's going on? I couldn't believe the penalty, to be honest. Like he went there, then Bruno
Like
played
he
it, and
could
then
have
used one
gone to
man.
the end of that bar, come back to this place
Yeah,
and still catch the
I
ball.
still catch it. I still catch it. So, but again, shout out to Nwabali. Nwabali was also fantastic.
Mwah,
Like
baby.
I have to, like, especially after the videos that were coming out and all of the things he had to face and go. Bananas being thrown at him, his towel being taken multiple times.
Strong
Who
mentality.
knows? Who knows?
Strong
Yeah, strong
mentality.
mentality. Who knows what words were said to him? Who knows what were thrown at him? And like he really stayed. He also managed to save penalty. If we had converted that advantage, perhaps we would have gone to the final.
Yeah.
So, and perhaps he will have even won the Golden
Very
Gloves.
good.
But you never know. But I give it up to Yasin Bono.
Yeah, I mean, I think I agree with you
And let's
guys
also
that.
not forget that Yasin Bono was also fantastic in the World Cup also. The first
Yeah, I mean,
company
I,
the
I
World Cup.
agree with you guys that Yasin
I feel
Bono
like
had a
he's the
very
rising
fantastic.
star of goalkeeper now.
He had a very fantastic tournament. I think in that final, he made quite a lot of saves. That game could have easily ended 3-0 or 4-0, right? Even from the
Big
fourth
match.
minute,
Yep.
there was this save from Ndiaye, where I thought Ndiaye should have scored two. Then the 36th minute, then the double save from Sheriff Ndiaye also, where the guy took the first shot and then he parried it. I mean, the ball ricocheted off him, and then he took the second shot again, and he pushed the ball to the player's leg, and then the ball went out. So I think he had a fantastic. I agree with you guys that our best goalkeeper for the season is Yasin Bono. Now let's move to the left back. Starting with AY. Who was your left back for this tournament?
So for me, I left back was a bit difficult for me because I wanted to choose a Nigerian left back, and but I wanted to choose a Nigerian left back, but I had positions for other Nigerian players in my team. So I would choose a player that's already plays left back but played well during the tournament. I'll give it to Mazraoui.
Okay. Shola?
I also give it to Mazerawi, and it's not
Okay.
like we discussed it like that's actually my because it seems like if I chose Hakimi, I chose Hakimi.
I mean,
Of course, if I didn't choose
we're able to
Yasin Bono.
place
So
players
yeah,
across the defense, whether it's
I
left
thought
back or
like
right back. So,
Mazerawi was really, 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 really solid. Really, 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 really solid throughout the tournament. Like it was really, really, really solid. It was almost like that place was a fortress. Against Nigeria, it frustrated our forwards. They could not even do anything. And it was also overlapping multiple times, coming back, winning, intercepting every, making nice necessary interceptions, winning second ball, running forward, attacking, defending. I think it was really, really, really fantastic. In the semi-final, in the final as well, it was really, really, really fantastic. And of course, considering that he doesn't really even play like that position naturally, I was like, does Mascherano play this for United? I was like, no. But then I see number 3 behind him. I was like, when did he become a leg back? He really, really did fantastic. So I'll give it to you, Mazerawi, as well.
Brown, left back.
And now I hope he continues this trend in Manchester United, especially now.
Thank you.
Two different things.
I mean, it will be unfair to the Senegalese team not to mention El Hadji Malik Diouf as the best left back of this tournament. And I'll tell you why. If you watch the game between Senegal and Egypt, right? Even though Egypt came with a low block in mind against the Senegalese team, Mo Salah was still the guy to pass the ball on to, and he was indeed giving the balls. But we barely saw Mo Salah in that game. Why? Because Diouf was fantastic. Not only was he fantastic in that game, he has been fantastic from the very first game. As a matter of fact, he played 5 games out of 7, right? 412 minutes of football. 5 key passes into the opposition half. He created 2 big chances, one of which led to a goal. And then 9 tackles won, 4 key interceptions, and out of 38 duels he contested, won 22 out of them. He has been a big miss for West Ham. So it will be unfair not to mention this guy. And mind you, in the finals,
if he had been a big miss for West Ham will not be where they are. West Ham will not be where they are now in the Premier
this
League.
is AFCON.
That's just
right?
in the lighter mood anyway.
But
That's in the lighter
you
mood.
had Hakimi there and Brahim Diaz, who was a handful all through the tournament for every left back leading up to that finals, right? But on this particular day in that finals, we barely even had to discuss Brahim Diaz except for that penalty incident, right? So I feel like Diouf was fantastic on the day. He was able to close down that wing, own that wing, so we barely heard anything about crosses coming in from that wing, even though you had Hakimi running that flank and you had Diaz operating from that position as well. So I feel like Diouf was fantastic on the day. So yeah, Diouf for me was my favorite left back for the entire tournament. Of course, kudos to Mazraoui. He's a versatile player that plays multiple positions of the defense. But for me, I would give it to Diouf.
I mean, I am inclined to agree with you that Diouf also had a fantastic season. I think I knew him first from West Ham. I was wondering who is this left back that is always running up and down. So he's that kind of player that covers, the full length of that side of the pitch. So
Exactly.
yeah, but I mean, the votes have it. It's Mazraoui that we're giving our left back for the AFCON team of the tournament, and left back goes to Mazraoui. Centre halves. Don't let me prejudice all of you. Brown, centre halves.
Okay, so center house.
Let's start with the left centre.
It was quite an easy decision for me personally. Oh, left center half. Oh,
Yes.
left center half. I'll go with Calvin Bassey. Calvin Bassey, boy, 1v1. Calvin Bassey, fantastic player. He's quick. He's strong. He's physical. He does everything. I think the only thing Kevin Bassey needs to learn how to do is to be a goalkeeper. Otherwise, he does everything in that position. He has been a fantastic player, not just for Nigeria, for his club side as well. But I mean, for AFCON, when it comes to 1v1, Kevin Bassey is the guy you'd never want to mess with as a striker. So for me, not just because he's a Nigerian, but Kevin Bassey was fantastic in this game, especially in that semi-finals when we played Morocco. He was issued that yellow card early in the game, even before the 15th minute, but he was able to own his own, string passes from left to right, close down every attacking threat, and he was a defender that was never beaten in that competition 1v1. So I feel like Calvin Bassey was fantastic on the day and the tournament throughout. So for me, left side of defense, I'll go with Calvin Bassey.
Good. AY, left centre half.
Left side.
Yes, left side.
Yeah.
Okay. So left side, Calvin Bassey. We all know what he brings to the Nigerian team and to Fulham, his team in the EPL. Calvin Bassey is someone that not only defends, he also scores. You can see the way he plays for Fulham, but we are discussing AFCON. I would say Calvin Bassey is someone that, for me, since the days of Yobo, you would have confidence in a defender and you know that, okay, this guy is actually behind. And I'm 100% sure that is he has passed on that confidence to Semi Ajayi, because
Yeah,
Semi Ajayi before now, we all know he flops. He's like Tosin. He flops. But when you play with someone that you know that is good, you would also tend to improve on your game. Calvin Bassey is that kind of guy. He holds his own, and he also helps people beside him or people that plays with him. So I'll give it to Calvin Bassey. The match, our semi-final match, he got carded early in the game, and he played very well till the last minute, and he did not get another yellow card. So I'll give it to Calvin Bassey, left-sided defender.
So, Shola, what about you? What's your pick for left back? I mean, Brown has picked Bassi. AY has also picked Bassi. What's your pick for the left centre half?
I wish I knew his middle name. I would have called him by his Igbo middle name just to show how my.
give him a Yoruba even a middle.
His name is Chinedu, Calvin Chinedu Bassi.
That
Okay.
Chinedu, that is the Chinedu. The Chinedu name that we saw in AFCON. He brought it out. So,
Okay,
yeah,
let's move on to right centre half. Start with AY. What's your pick for right centre half?
No other person than Koulibaly, in my opinion.
Okay.
So it was rather unfortunate that he missed the final due to, I would say it's a combination of course,
Injury and yellow.
yeah, injury and yellow card. So he would have missed the final, even if he was fit, because he got carded against Egypt. So but up until then, he was fantastic. He played really, really well. He's this sweeper defender that nothing really goes past. So a combination of Calvin Bassey and Koulibaly in any team, they will both bully you. They would score, and I can't imagine the number of clean sheets that they will have. So I would give it to Koulibaly, in my opinion.
Maybe if you begin to imagine the number of clean sheets that Fulham and Koulibaly's club have, that would give you an idea. Brown,
No,
what's your
together,
pick?
both of them
I said
together.
together, not
I
Bro.
mean,
having Bassey play with.
for me, yeah, I'll go with the Moroccan Naif Agad. Now, even though yes, we can talk about all of the other um, things that happened in the finals and all that, but I mean, Naef has been a fantastic right right side of defense in the 5 games he has played. He has scored. He scored against Cameroon, in the quarterfinals, and then in the entire game he had just one yellow card. And it was only in the finals that he had about a 6.6 rating. Otherwise, in all of the other games that he has played, he has had 7+ rating. So I feel like he's a very good centre back. To also mention that he's a very young, talented player who plies his trade in Marseille in France. So I feel that combination with Calvin Bassey, that hunger, that fire in their belly to always want to do better would be a very sweet one and would cause problems for any attack anytime, any day. So yeah, Naif Haggard, my choice, the Moroccan.
I think he also previously played with West Ham in Premier League. I think.
Yes.
Yeah.
So it comes with that experience as well. So yeah, even though he's a very young player.
Yeah. Shala, what about you? What's your pick for right centre half?
Sorry, Haggard. I actually felt like Haggard was actually a fantastic player. But for me, someone to pair with Calvin Bassey in that middle, I will also go with Koulibaly. Just because of that presence, that leadership, that coordination, communication, and all of the things that the strengths, things he brings to that defense. So, and of course, the aggressiveness also going forward, and also ability to be aggressive towards forwards and stuff like that. So, and we saw that throughout his display in the tournament. And pairing that with Calvin Bassey, I see a wall. I see an impenetrable wall.
For sure.
So,
A team.
Koulibaly for me.
Is it the wall of Jericho? Because people will bring it down, Sadio Mane.
So Calvin, Koulibaly takes the next centre position, and then now we'll move into midfield. Central midfielder, the middle point. Who's your pick? I mean, anywhere in the midfield, actually. Just go ahead. Because, I mean, any player plays everywhere. So let's just start with the right midfield first. Who would you put there? Not because they are better right midfielders, right? But because they are midfielders. Who would you put there? AY.
So for me, I would choose Pape Gueye. I don't know if I pronounce his name well.
Yeah.
Yeah. I would choose Alex Iwobi, and I would choose Sadio Mane. Gay, whatever. I would choose. I will play my DM. He's a very, very quiet player that does his balanced forward transitions and he recovers well. His defensive recovery rate is like second to none. Like Mini Caicedo again he scored the winner yesterday.
Mm-hmm. And he
Yeah,
had
he
another
scored the
shot
winning
again,
goal.
that bonus hit.
Yeah, so he had high involvement in interceptions, defensive cover, and his anchor role in that midfield is actually top notch. I'll go with Iwobi. Iwobi for my is it 10 or 8 now? Iwobi is someone that he played really, really, really well. And this just concluded AFCON. He has this line breaking passes that I was like, wait, is that the same Iwobi that we know that we always yab in previous matches? But this AFCON Iwobi was spectacular, very special. He had about 22 line breaking whatever throughout the tournament, if I'm correct. And he played really, really well. So
It's
I would give it
but
to
yeah.
Iwobi. Then Mane too as well. Mane too is he has his advantages because he has the leadership. See what he did yesterday. He is a leader both on and off the pitch. You need someone like that in your midfield. He played really well. He coordinated the midfield. He 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 passed where he needed to pass. No extra. If you look at the goal yesterday, he actually contributed to the goal. So no extra touches no extra touch on the ball. So my three, I would say Papi Gay, Alex Iwobi, Sadio Mane.
Okay. AY's picks. Papagay, Alex Iwobi, Sadio Mane. Brown, what are our picks for the three midfielders?
Well, for me, I'll go with on the right side. I'll go with Brian Diaz because I mean, like him or hate him, he's a wonderful player. Coming for your first tournament, performing the way he did. I think he's a very brilliant player for the game and especially for Morocco. So 5 goals in the tournament, it could have been 6, but I mean 5 goals. He has always been a handful for teams all through the tournament. So I feel like Brahim Diaz is a worthy candidate to be on the right side. And then in the middle of the midfield, I'll go with Idrissa Gueye. Idrissa Gueye because, of course, the Senegalese defensive midfielder. Yes, there's not a lot you can take away from Papi Gueye, but I chose Idrissa Gueye because Idrissa Gueye has the most line-breaking passes in the entire tournament, just 8 shy of 100. You can imagine that. And then he has the most completed passes into the opposition half from that same position. So I feel like, of course, with the wealth of experience he has garnered from his time at Everton before he went to PSG, back to Everton and all that. So for me, for that central position, I'll pick Idris Gueye, and of course, he can also do the dirty work. And then for the extreme left in that midfield, I'll go with Alex Iwobi because, as AY mentioned earlier, Iwobi has had almost 46 precisely line breaking passes, and when he was choked in that semi-finals against Morocco, it obviously affected the team where he had to start coming deep to pick up the ball and try to string a couple of passes together. So he's a very important player. So when you have somebody like Iwobi who can deliver these passes up the pitch, and then you have somebody like Gay who can destroy anything that tries to come close to his defense, I feel that's a good combination. So I'll go with Brahim Diaz on the right, 5 goals, brilliant player. Idrissa Gueye in midfield, experienced player with lots of good passing accuracies to his credit. And then Alex Iwobi, who in other times we are called the engine. So yeah, those are the 3 players I'll go for the midfield.
I think that was a fantastic pick because it also means that Brahim Diaz in this team could play as a 10 or 8. So it is very good picks. Shola, what are the picks for three midfielders?
I will start with
From left to right?
I'll start with
or...
on the left side here.
Okay.
Yeah, I'll put Alex Iwobi just
Okay.
on this side because he had been fantastic on that side, and he played fantastic in the just concluded AFCON. He wowed everybody. We were not sure like was this Iwobi, was this Iniesta, Xavi. He had it going for him in the AFCON. He had so many pre-assists as well. It was just like the passes just kept coming, those line-breaking passes, those interceptions, the coordination in the midfield. So because of that, I'll give it to Alex Iwobi. And then in the middle, I will go with Idrissa Gueye as well. Just because he brings that calmness and ability to read the game properly. Like he's that kind of midfielder. And for the right side, I'll give it to Sadio Mane. Just because of his experience, his work rate, his leadership, and the ability to turn up in big moments. You see how he turned up for in the semi-final for Egypt as well. Almost at some point, they were going to like at the end of the 90 minutes, like the end of the match. I don't know what was going on, but you could see like him pointing to his head like this and then telling the Senegalese players, calm down. The job is not yet done. We still have one more game to go and stuff like that. And also his heroics in the final, right? Telling the players to, I mean, because if he didn't do that, who knows what would have
Lost their
happened? That
heads,
could
right?
have given like a really, really bad precedence to the sport, to the game. And perhaps, who knows. So yeah, Sadio Mane, Idrissa Gueye, Alex will be for me.
Okay. Do you know, I also heard something, I think it was yesterday while I was on Twitter or X, that he will be taking that penalty for us was actually a risk because while he was at Arsenal with the under 18s, he took a very crucial penalty rather, and he lost it. And at that point in time, he decided I was not going to be involved in any penalties anymore. So taking that penalty was also a risk, which I thought was a very good penalty
So
indeed, actually. So yes. So we have
Yeah, you
my
could tell
votes.
because before he took the penalty, he was doing the
He
sign
was
of the
like,
cross.
I
yes,
mean,
and
the
then when
things
he
that were
scored, he did
coming
like this.
from the Nigerian camp was like, why were our defenders taking penalties when we have forwards to
So
take penalties?
apparently,
So
it
it's
looks
really a
like
good
the
thing that they
attackers ran
decided to
away
man
from
up.
the attackers avoided the penalties because they also probably
They
were
did.
worried or scared, something like that. So yeah.
Yeah, they actually did.
hmm
They actually did.
So we have
But this time around,
three.
they manned up to their
Yeah, they
responsibilities.
did. They did. We have our middle three comprising of Alex Iwobi, Idris Age, and Sadio Mane. And now we'll move to the front three. I'd go with Brown first. Who are your picks for the front three?
I mean, before I pick my front three, because I mean Sadio Mane is on my bench as well, so I don't
It's
know.
okay.
Maybe Brian Diaz will make it to the bench. Who knows? Anyways, for the front three, I mean, this was one of the most easiest decisions to make. And my front three on the left side, I'll go with Ademola Lookman. I mean, you can't take nothing away from Lookman, even though we could see clearly that in the semi-finals against Morocco, it seemed like he was weary, he was exhausted, he was tired. It was literally a no-show for him, you know. But that was the only game you could find him wanting. But leading up to that, before that game, the entire tournament, he has been fantastic. In fact, Ademola Lookman came out of this tournament with 7-goal involvement, with at least 3 goals and 4 assists, so which is fantastic, especially if you now add the final spot kick for the third place position. So yeah, beyond that Moroccan game, take nothing away from Ademola. He's a fantastic player anytime, any day. So yeah, Ademola Lookman for me will sit on that left side. And on the top 9 position, it's Victor Osimhen, of course. 4 goals in 5 games, man of the match against Algeria, most goals in the knockout phase, first for big chances created. Imagine a striker being first for big chances created, not scored, created. So, I mean, it's a no-brainer. Victor Osimhen takes that spot. And then on the right side, ooh, my boy on fire, Amad Diallo, sweet ball. Amad Diallo, 3 starts, 3 man of the match, 3 goals. I mean, what more do you want from a good player? What more do you want from a great player?
AFCON,
He
we
does
want
it.
him to bring it home.
He does it in AFCON. He keeps doing it in Manchester as well. He
Came
was
back.
highly missed.
He just
In
started
fact,
doing
if you
it. He
remember
just
last
started
season
doing it
in
in Manchester.
Manchester,
It's
so
okay.
He
last
has
season,
been
that's
doing
why I want to
it.
take you guys back to last season when we had a game against Southampton. Ahmad literally took the game by the balls.
Scruff of the neck.
He scored 3 fantastic goals to win us that game from losing position. So it's not just about this season. He has been doing it. He's only going to do more. So Amad Diallo, fantastic player, like I said. Three starts, 3 man of the match, 3 goals. Great, great player. Take nothing away from that
3
guy.
important
So yes,
goals.
Amad Diallo for me. So Ademola Lookman on the left, down the middle, Victor Osimhen, and on the right, Amad Diallo. Cut in, do the
Shola,
needful.
what are your picks for the front three?
On the front three, on the left side, I will have Brahim Diaz, 5 goals in the tournament, exceptional forward. Really, it was so sad that he missed that penalty in the final. Victor Osimhen in the middle. I mean, Mazara will keep those crosses coming in. Akimi will keep those crosses coming in. Just know that the head of Osimhen will keep flying high. Osi like one commentator on social media called him. So
I hope
yes,
that
Victor
commentator is not
Osimhen,
Olise.
super ego, striker. No, it's not. It's not Alisson.
Go ahead,
And
next.
then on the right side, we have Amadi Halu. It's already been said by Brown. Wonderful, wonderful performances. Great, really, really great goals. You know, we just caught it in, poof, shots. And then we were wondering in AFCON, like, hey, we had this, and Ruben Amorim decided to be playing this guy
As a
Deep
wing
back.
back.
as a like ring wing back, for crying out loud. And of course, I was happy that he didn't get to the final because he came to Carrington to
Help
come and
us.
help
I mean,
us finish, to come and help us finish Man City over the past weekend. So yes, for me, the forward will be Brian Diaz, Victor Osimhen, and Amadi Diallo.
Anyway, what are the picks for front three?
Front three, Lookman, Osimhen, and Brahim Diaz. You can't take away what Lookman did. 3 goals, 4 assists. I think that's the best combine of any forward in the competition. Osimhen, a very good striker, fantastic striker. Scores when he doesn't meant to when he's not meant to score. He misses when he's not
Doesn't
meant to
score.
miss. But he will give you goals. And he runs when it's time for penalties. So but overall
I see what you
overall,
did there.
that was on the lighter side actually. But overall, very fantastic striker. Then Brahim Diaz for all the good things that you said. The only downside to Brahim Diaz was the Panenka that I wanted to take yesterday. Too unfortunate for him. Happy for me, happy for other African nations. So yeah, Lukman, Osimhen, and Brahim Diaz.
So we have Lukman, Osimhen, and Brahim Diaz. So now these beautiful players of yours that did not make the team can then make the bench. Brown, what are the
Okay,
players that you picked
Ahmad
up
has to
first?
make it to the bench. Even though I'm not happy that he's not in the starting 11. Ahmad has to make it to the
Tapped.
bench as the number
Tapped.
one pick.
Mm-hmm. Next player.
Ahmad, number one
Next
pick.
player. Mm-hmm.
How many picks do I have?
It's five.
Just one?
Five.
All your bench players now.
Who are your bench
Oh,
players?
so there's Ahmad there. Stanley Wambali, great player, multiple saves in the penalty shootout. So yeah, Stanley Wambali will go for me as my goalkeeper. And then you have Papi Gueye, the Senegalese guy that scored the winning goal for Senegal in the final. So Papi Gueye is there. That makes it 3. And then for defense, I would also like to pick Yasser Ibrahim from Egypt, the Egyptian defender. The reason is because of all the teams that qualified to um, the semi-finals, he has his first in terms of tackles per game. He has the highest interceptions per game amongst all the center backs in the semi-final. So I'll go with Yasser Ibrahim from Egypt for me. So that's
Yeah,
3,
last pick.
4.
That's four.
That's
Yeah,
4, yeah.
last pick.
Okay, and then finally I'll go with Mo Salah. Mo Salah because I mean he has been outstanding for Egypt, so I'll go with Mo Salah. Unfortunately, they came out fourth, but Mo
Unfortunately, they could not
Salah
beat Nigeria.
still a good player for me. So, yeah. Sorry,
Nigeria could not beat them.
Unfortunately, they could not beat Nigeria.
It was on penalties.
the penalty is anybody's game. So yeah,
I agree. Anyway, what's your pick for 5 players on the bench? Defenders, goalkeepers, anyhow you want to balance it out.
Okay. So I'll go straight to the point. Goalkeeper, for me, I chose Bono as my bench, but since he's now in our team, combined 11, I have no choice than to go with Mendy. Agard for defender, Mad, Mohamed Salah, and Neil El Ayano. I don't know if I pronounce it well. The Moroccan midfielder. So
yeah. El Anawi, I now
Ayano.
No break your Tito.
that guy. Yes.
Shala.
So for me, Goalkeeper, Mendy.
Okay.
Defender, Agard.
Okay.
Midfield, versatile midfield that can also be like forward, Ahmad.
Who? Ahmad?
So I have to Ahmad, yes, Ahmad Diallo.
Yes.
Ahmad
Okay.
didn't make first 11. He
Okay.
has to be on the
Then you have
bench.
two positions
That's a
left.
player that can call me and make a difference.
You have two positions left.
I have two positions left. Two.
Yes, two
Now I'll go with
positions, yes.
Mohamed Salah.
Okay.
Mohamed Salah. Ademola Lookman was in my bench, but now that he's there in front, who can replace him in that?
So you also picked Salah for...
Yes, I'll go with that Moroccan player. That did this leg over for Osari.
Ex-Lazuli.
Yes,
Ex-Lazuli.
that's him. I'll go with him.
This team that we have put up, who will coach this team? Is it the coach of the Super Eagles of Nigeria? Is it the coach of the Senegalese team? Is it the coach of the Moroccans? Who do you think should coach this team? Shola?
I mean, I wanted to go with the Senegalese coach, but with that disgraceful decision that he told his player to leave the pitch, I would then be rescinding my decision to go with him. But again, considering that Morocco actually lost, the Nigerian coach didn't actually lose a match in 90 minutes or in 120 minutes. I mean, it's my side somehow because he didn't get to the final in Eric Chels. I think Eric Chels is my favorite coach to coach these guys to victory. He didn't lose any match. And in both legs of the semi-final, even though Morocco threw everything at him, he found a way to just make sure. And also, with the obvious bias officiating from the referee, he really, really tried everything to stay in the game and to get it to the penalties. If he had won the penalties, it would have been a different result. So, to me, I will give Eric Charles to be the coach.
Anyway, who do you think should coach this?
But yes, I'll go with Eric Charles.
Who do you think should coach this fantastic team that we have picked?
So I'll give it to Pape Chow, coach of the Senegalese team, because it actually takes a lot to coach a team from game week 1 or the start of the competition and to win the competition, most especially against the host nation. Because Shola said something about he did something disgraceful. For me, like I said earlier, I can understand where he's actually coming from. Because if I did not pull them back, maybe they would have started fighting and maybe they would have been disqualified from AFCON, I'm sorry, from the World Cup, or maybe a more grave punishment. So I can understand why he decided to do what he did. And of course, the underlying factor of Morocco being a team or a country that does what they do and what they've done to Nigeria and other teams in the past. So of course you have that sentiment and that's whatever. But this is about coaching, what he has done. He was able to I wouldn't say outplay, but at least he found a way to win and to win very well. And so I'll give it to the of course, good shout. Eric Chell played well, used right combination of players, but there are times where we were calling for substitutions from this same Eric Chell. Bring on players, take out players. This player is tired.
Like Ademola Lookman, for instance.
Why are you still using this guy? Why is he still on? So is good, but I still think he's still learning the crop of players that we have in Nigeria. So
I can agree with you that Eric Shaw is still learning, in quote, because he joined us just after, almost towards the end of the World Cup qualifiers. But Senegal, if you remember, won the last CHAN. And I think the coach was also this current coach. So he has very in-depth knowledge of the team, the local players especially, and how to mix them with international. I thought their bench was also very good. And he knew the best time to bring in players, Yeah. So, Brian, what's your pick for coach? AY says Theo, Senegalese coach. Shola says Eric Shaw. What do you think? Who do you think should coach this fantastic team that we have picked?
I mean, for me personally, I would go with Papi Thiaw because I mean he's been at the job a little over a year, and like you mentioned, he took a lot of the local players to Chan, and then they won the competition. And I mean, since his appointment in December of 2024, he has had a win rate of about 81%, which is really good. He's yet to lose a match with the Senegalese national team. He has played about 14 matches, won 11 of those, drew only 3, scored 29 goals, and conceded only 4, which is evident in this competition as well. So I think he's doing a fantastic job. And with that coach, with the hunger, the drive he has, and he's still a very young manager, I mean, he'll do a really good job with this team. Eric Chell, good manager, great guy, but I mean, Papi Chow for me will edge him out.
Pick. And there we have it, our final team. Let's know what you think in the comment section. Do you think that Mascherano should not be in this team or should have been a different player? Let's know your starting 11 in the comment section. And that's all from us today. See you guys in the next one.